After a whirlwind weekend, Seahawks rookie minicamp is over and the draft picks and undrafted free agents made a strong first impression. What's going on? Jackie Montgomery with your Seahawks Daily. Well, it was an action-packed weekend for the nearly 60 players that participated in Seahawks rookie minicamp. It is a lot of information that the players have to digest in just a short period of time, and Coach Carroll was pleased with what they were able to accomplish.
We wanted to learn a lot about our players as much as we could in a weekend's time about who they are, and also to try to gain as much as we can about them as football players. And meanwhile, we were letting them know about who we are and what they can expect about being part of this program and this culture. It worked out really well. It was fun. We had a good time doing it. They worked really hard. They just studied every second. We filled up their days as much as we could, and they got Seahawks 24/7 when they're here, so it was great. So on we go. As I talk to these guys, this is the start of their career. This isn't the finish of their career. This is the start of it. And I'm hoping that they'll stick to their purpose and their opportunities and maximize them. And not everybody will have a chance to be here, but we'll get as many of them as we can. And they have done their audition with us in a sense. And so as we look for players down the road, there'll be guys that come out of this class right here in this group of guys. So it was a very, very successful weekend.
Of course, all 9 draft picks were on hand for the weekend. For most, this was their first time in Seattle in front of the entire Seahawks staff, and they made a strong impression.
I was so caught by the draft picks. You know, I thought everybody was able to show something, and the tackles jump out right off the bat. You know, that both guys look well equipped physically. They look like they can move like we would hope they can move. They're both bright kids, and will pick up their stuff. So the process is underway. I was really fired up about that. It's an interesting matchup that we have because we have 2 outside rushers that are here too, you know, and Tyreek didn't get to do quite as much work because he had a little bit of a soreness that we had to take care of. But Boye did a really good job and really had a chance to show, and it's just like molding clay, you know. He's such a new player to what we're doing. It's going to be really exciting to see what he can go because he's got great physical tools. On the other end of it, you know, we had out on the outside, you know, with the receivers and the corners, man, those were the guys. You know, they couldn't. I can't keep my focus on these corners. We got to bring them along quickly, give them a chance to get their work done. Unfortunately, Tariq wasn't able to do everything, but he got a ton of walkthroughs. He knows his assignments. He understands what we're asking him. We'll just have to wait to get his hammy right in the weeks ahead here to see what he can do. Receivers did a nice job, and showed like they're totally different players, and which is what we were hoping for, and they bring a uniqueness to us. And not to leave Ken out of that deal, because Ken can do everything we need him to do. There's no question, and we've seen him on film. We've seen him, you know, play the game. We needed to see how he'd learn and how he picked things up, and he's going to just roll right through it. So. Everybody's got some already. We can see areas that we want to work on with individual guys, and we're really focusing on that right now as they go home this next week and get ready to come back. We want them to be clear on where, you know, the things that we want them to work on. So
all the rookies will head back to their respective homes, and then they will return back to Seattle for organized team activities that will run through May. And then, of course, mandatory minicamp kicks off in early June.